author and life coach certified by Les Brown, specialize in empowerment of women to reconnect to their self-worth, bust through self-limiting beliefs and take action to create a life that makes them feel radiant and deeply abundant in all areas. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Kim Trosper.
Thank you so much, Farookh. That was an amazing introduction. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you very much, Kim. It's an honor for you coming into our show. Thanks a lot. I know it's an odd hour there in the United States, and thanks a lot for taking your time. Kim, you are an author. You are a women's empowerment and life coach. You're being certified by Les Brown. You are in the industry for around about 20 years. My question is not about that. My question is, there are a lot of life coaches there in the US. What is that you have something in special, or what is your unique selling point or unique selling proposition? Why should I hire you as a coach or a speaker?
Well, I specialize in getting out of our heads and into our hearts. And I talk about stinking thinking. That's that negative self-talk, that inner critic that most of us have experienced at one time or another in our lives. And stinking thinking held me hostage, stuck in fear for many, many years. And I've overcome it, and I like to share my knowledge to help other people do the same.
Okay. So how do you do that?
Well, I have different processes, toolbox, as you may call it. So meditation is one that's very, very important to me. Most of us have heard about the benefits of meditation. Less stress, makes you more happy, better concentration, slows down aging, but it really just, it centers you and it helps you get to know yourself better. So when that stinking thinking comes up, if you meditate daily, which 15 minutes a day will change your life. And some people may say, 15 minutes is a long time. And it is.
Absolutely. That's what I'm going to ask you. It's too long for me. Yeah, waking up early in the morning. Is there any time for you that you have to do it in the early morning, or is there any set time for that?
Well, morning is best, but there's no right or wrong time as long as you do it. But here's what I suggest. Start with 3 minutes a day for a week. The following week, add 3 minutes. The following week, and so forth till you get up to 15 minutes. And, you know, there's different forms of meditation. You don't just, I just say connect with your spirit. However that may be. It may be guided. They have walking meditation. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can just get centered. But that is foremost very, very important. And then, of course, there's affirmations. And I actually wrote a guide to affirmations. And what affirmations is, you're actually, when you have that stinking thinking, you're affirming something negative. So positive affirmations is just replacing that negative affirmation. So in the guide that I have for free on my website, I cover topics. I give you affirmations about self-love, health, money, gratitude, spirituality. So a lot of different areas of our lives that you can just, when that stinking thinking comes up, replace it with something positive. And some people say, well, why would I say it if I don't believe it? But I say faith it until you make it. And basically it's just going to become a habit if you do it consistently, and it will replace the negative thoughts automatically.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to affirmation, there's a very particular time that you have to use affirmation. Sometimes they say that, like Think and Grow Rich, in which Napoleon Hill says that you have to use in the morning and just before you go to bed. Is there any special time for you when it comes to affirmation?
No, I say do it whenever you can. Being realistic, if you say you're going to do it in the morning, you might not be a morning person. If you say you're going to do it at night, you might be tired at the end of the day. So just do it throughout the day. But most importantly, I would say save them as much as you can. And in my guide, you don't want to say 25, 30 affirmations. Pick out a nice 5 of them that resonates with you. And just learn them. And so when that stinking thinking comes up, meditation will help you be more conscious and more aware, and then you'll know to replace it. So my philosophy is we need to be easy on ourselves. We're too rigid. If you can't meditate in the morning, meditate in the afternoon. If you can't meditate in the afternoon, meditate in the evening. Just get it done.
Great. Now, when it comes to affirmation again, now, just by reading or just by looking at that sheet of the affirmations that I'm going to get from your guide, is that going to help me just by reading, or you should have something else along with just reading?
Well, of course. And to be honest, the most powerful way would be actually to write them down. It's something about putting pen to paper. And if you write them down, but it's a combination of, like I said, I have tools. So there's different activities that build upon each other. So when you're doing a little bit of sprinkle of positive here, a little bit of sprinkle of positive there, and then it just comes together and it's eventually going to drown out that stinking thinking.
Wow. Kim, would you like to share an incident where one of your clients or customer, she came back to you saying that, Kim, you changed my life?
Oh, yes. I've had a lot of those.
What's the one that's very close to your heart and you really felt very emotional when you heard that?
Well, I get emotional a lot, but I would say for me, to see the progress, one particular person was to realize when she first came, you know, we all have dreams when we're younger, and then life happens to us.
Yep.
And when we think we can't have them, we kind of push it back and it's not a big deal.
Yep.
Well, by the time I have a 4-month program and a 6-month program, and by the time we got through, well, it was a 6-month program, and she was amazing, but I have to give her credit. She made the investment in her time. And she did everything that was laid out for her. And I was just there to support her and guide her. So, you know, that was amazing on her part. But by the time we finished working together, and it was a little longer than 6 months because I put on a maintenance plan after that. But she realized her dreams of, you know, being an entrepreneur and doing something that she thought she would never be able to make money at. And she's doing great and awesome. And so it feels good. It really feels good to know that I had a hand in it, although I give her all the credit.
Yep.
Because she did what she was supposed to do. So.
Wow. Great. You said that there are 2 plans. You have one is 4 months and one is 6 months.
Yes.
Now, is that face to face or is it online or on a telephone? How does it work?
Well, I take clients local also, but just like we're doing over the internet, that's what the majority of my clients come from. And so we meet for the different sessions, but the 4-month session is called Renew You, Love Your Life. And we go over goals and energy zappers and detoxing, you know, your life. And it's just everybody deals with stinking thinking at different times in their lives.
Yes.
So if someone doesn't have limiting beliefs or that real stinking thinking, that program is for them. It's just going to refresh and renew them to, you know, find out what makes their heart sing.
Sure.
Whereas someone is really dealing with the stinking thinking or they have limiting beliefs, that 6-month program, we have the additional time to work on that. So that's the difference in the programs.
My next question would be, what is the main or prime questions you ask your clients to open up? In other words, it's a coaching question that you start with.
Well, first, the session starts with about 2 minutes of just centering ourselves. Because, you know, people are getting home from work or they just finished dinner and they just want to sit down and let's get to it. No. Slow down, breathe. So I give them 2 minutes to just get together. And then most of the time, if you said at the beginning, so I just want to talk about what do they want to get from coaching. So that's where we start. I ask them, what is it that because I customize my program. I have, you know, certain things that we are going to address. But if someone is having relationship problems more so, then I'm going to be able to spend more time on that than I would if someone was, you know, really stressed about their career or something else. So it just kind of goes from there, but mainly is to find out what the client needs are.
Wow. Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience?
Well, I personally just love my life and I love inspiring people to live a better quality life. So that's my mission is I don't want to, I've been speaking and my message once again is to get rid of stinking thinking and listen to your heart. But I don't want to be a motivational speaker because motivation wears off. I want to be yes, motivation wears off. You might be motivated for 2 or 3 days and then you're going to wake up on that 4th day and you're not motivated.
Absolutely.
But when you're in when you're inspired, you wake up and you are on a mission for the day. You don't get tired. You're energized. You just want to, just work on whatever that is that, it comes from your heart. Absolutely. So that's what I want to share. I love doing that. So that's a big part of my life. It keeps me waking up and going every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can see that in your charm and the way that you are responding.
Thank you.
If you were to speak to one of our audience, for example, what is the best or the very strong question that they should be asking to themselves on a daily basis that could take them to the next level?
I would say they should ask themselves, what is it that they want? Because at the end of the day, most of us know what we don't want, but a lot of us don't know what we do want. And when you get clarity on what you want, you can go straight to it. Absolutely. So
I do agree. And I think that is one thing. Most of the people that I do ask this question to most of our guests, and I do get the same answer from everybody. They all say that you need to clutter all those unwanted things and don't think about those things that you don't want, but focus on things that you really want. And that's exactly what you also said right now. What would be your second and the third question?
Well, once you know what you want, to stand back and get a plan of action to get there. So, our lives are like, I call it our inner GPS. Okay. You're right. I live in Florida. If I want to go to California, I can just go out the door and start going, and I'll eventually get there. But when I listen to my inner GPS, instead of going left, I'm probably going to go right, and I'll get there faster.
Absolutely. And what would be the third one?
Oh, the third one? Okay, so we have, you want more.
I love to hear from you because you're a master in that. So I just want to hear more from you.
Well, then I suggest people give back, whatever that means to them. Not only financially, because everyone can't do that, but just take the time to give your time, your knowledge, something that you have to just give back to the universe. So I'm big on that. So
that's very strong, because you start with a cause and you end with a compassion.
Yes. And it makes life so much easier.
Absolutely. Kim, thank you very much for taking your time. It was an honor and pleasure to have you in our show.
Oh, thank you so much, Farookh, and Faroukh's audience. I just want to say, reach for your dreams, because I hear them calling your name, and your life will prosper with Kim Trosper.